What if I told you that one decision you're making every single day could be quietly keeping you broke? Not because you don't work hard, not because you're unlucky, and definitely not because rich people know some secret that you don't. Here's the truth. Most people don't become poor overnight. They become poor one small financial decision at a time. A coffee here, an unnecessary subscription there, a purchase they deserve, a paycheck that disappears before the next one arrives. And after a few years, they look around wondering, why is everyone else moving forward while I'm standing still? Now here's something that might surprise you. Some of the people who look wealthy aren't wealthy at all. They have the nice car, the expensive apartment, the latest iPhone, designer clothes. But behind the scenes, they're drowning in debt. Meanwhile, someone driving an old car, living below their means, and investing every month is quietly building real wealth. Because wealth isn't about looking rich. It's about having freedom. Freedom to say no. Freedom to quit a job you hate. Freedom to spend time with the people you love. And freedom to sleep at night without worrying about money. So, let me ask you something. If I secretly looked at your bank statement, would I find evidence that you're building your future or funding your bad habits? Don't answer too quickly, because today, we're exposing the 5 money mistakes that quietly keep millions of people trapped financially. And trust me, mistake number 5 is so common that most people never realize they're making it until it's already cost them years of progress.
So stay with me until the end.
Because one small mindset shift could completely change the way you think about money forever. Let's get started. Money mistake number 1. Spending before earning. Let's start with one that almost everyone falls for. Imagine this. You decide you're finally going to make money online. Maybe it's YouTube. Maybe it's freelancing. Maybe it's affiliate marketing. You're excited. You watch a few success stories. And suddenly, you convince yourself that you need to invest. So you buy the expensive course. Then the premium software. Then a new laptop. A better microphone. A standing desk. A fancy chair. Some LED lights. And somehow, your bank account is empty before you've made your first dollar. Sound familiar? Here's the funny part. Some people spend more money preparing to start a business than they ever make from the business itself. That's like buying professional football boots before you've even learned how to kick the ball. The internet has convinced people that success comes from having the perfect setup. It doesn't. Success comes from solving problems. The people making real money online didn't start with perfect equipment. They started with imperfect action. They earned first. Then they upgraded later. Not the other way around. Here's a question. If someone took away your expensive laptop today, would your business still make money? If the answer is no, the laptop isn't your business. It's just an expensive decoration. Instead of asking, what should I buy next? Start asking, what problem can I solve today? Because customers don't pay you for having the newest MacBook. They pay you for creating value. That single mindset shift can save you thousands of dollars and years of frustration. And unfortunately, the next mistake is even more dangerous because it tricks people even after they start making more money. Money mistake number 2, lifestyle inflation. Now, imagine you've finally done it. Your side hustle starts working. Your YouTube channel gets monetized. A client pays you. Or maybe you get a raise at work. For the first time in a long time, you're making more money. Feels amazing, right? But then, something dangerous happens. Without even noticing, you upgrade your entire lifestyle. A nicer apartment. A newer car. A few more streaming subscriptions. Food delivery instead of cooking. And somehow, Amazon starts delivering packages to your house every other day. Apparently, everything is now an investment. A coffee machine? Investment. A $300 office chair? Investment. A gadget you'll use twice? Definitely an investment. Funny how our brain works. Here's the problem. Your income went up, but your savings didn't. Your investments didn't. Your net worth didn't. You look richer, but you're not actually becoming richer. And this is where most people get trapped. Because the moment they earn more, they spend more. then they need to earn even more just to maintain the lifestyle they created. It's a cycle, and it never ends. Here's something wealthy people understand. Income is what you make. Wealth is what you keep. Read that again. Income is temporary. Wealth gives you options. It gives you freedom.
Think about it.
Would you rather drive an expensive car while stressing about next month's bills, or drive a simple car while knowing your investments are growing every month? The answer sounds obvious, but millions of people choose the first option every single day. Quick question. Have you ever bought something online, then spent the next 3 days convincing yourself it was totally worth it? Yeah, we've all been there. But the people who build real wealth learn one powerful habit. Every time their income increases, they increase their investments first, not their lifestyle. Money mistake number 3, chasing every opportunity. This one is dangerous because it doesn't look like a mistake. It looks like ambition. 1 week, you're convinced dropshipping is the answer. Then someone says crypto is the future. So you spend hours watching crypto videos. 3 days later, you discover Amazon FBA. Now you're researching product suppliers. Then someone on social media claims they made $50,000 in 1 weekend selling digital products. Suddenly, that's your new plan. A week later, AI is everywhere.
So now you're learning AI.
And before you've made a single dollar, you've already changed your business plan 5 different times. Sound familiar? Here's what's really happening. You're not building a business. You're collecting unfinished ideas. And every time you start over, you reset your progress back to 0. Imagine planting a tree. After 1 week, you dig it up and plant a new one somewhere else. A week later, you dig that one up too. Would any of those trees ever grow? Of course not. Business works the same way. Success usually isn't exciting. It's boring. It's showing up on the days you don't feel like it. It's posting your 50th video when your first 49 barely got any views. It's improving 1% every day, while everyone else is distracted by the next shiny object. Here's something most gurus won't tell you. The opportunity isn't usually the problem. The lack of focus is. The internet rewards consistency, not constant switching. So instead of asking, what's the fastest way to make money? Ask yourself, what can I stay committed to for the next 2 years? Because focus beats talent. Focus beats motivation. And focus almost always beats speed. Remember this. The people getting rich online aren't chasing every opportunity. They're mastering one opportunity. And the next mistake might be even more expensive because it feels productive. Money mistake number 4, consuming instead of learning. Let me ask you something. How much time did you spend on your phone yesterday? Be honest. An hour? 3 hours? Maybe even 5? Now here's the uncomfortable question. How much of that time actually made you more valuable? Because there's a huge difference between consuming content and building skills. Every day, millions of people wake up, open TikTok, scroll Instagram, watch random YouTube shorts, read celebrity drama, argue with strangers in the comments, laugh at memes. And before they know it, 3 hours are gone. Nothing changed. No new skill. No new income. No progress. Just entertainment. Now don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with relaxing. The problem starts when entertainment becomes your full-time habit and learning becomes something you'll start tomorrow. Here's what wealthy people understand. Skills create income. Income creates investments. Investments create freedom. That's the formula. Not luck. Not shortcuts. Skills. Think about it. A great copywriter can earn money anywhere. A skilled video editor is always in demand. A talented salesperson can make almost any business grow. A programmer can build products. A content creator can build an audience. These aren't expenses. They're assets. And unlike trends, skills don't disappear because a new app becomes popular. Here's a quick challenge. Imagine someone offered you $10,000, but only if you could demonstrate one valuable skill today. Would you be ready? Or would you wish you had started learning sooner? Because one high-income skill can change your financial future forever. And speaking of things people wait for, The next mistake is one almost everyone makes, waiting until they feel ready. That's where dreams quietly die. Money mistake number 5, waiting for the perfect time. This is the biggest mistake of all, and it's the silent killer. Because it sounds responsible, it sounds logical, but it's actually fear, disguised as preparation. People say, I'll start when I have more money. I'll start when I have more time. I'll start when I know enough. I'll start when I feel confident. Here's the problem. That day almost never comes. Think about the successful YouTuber you watch. Do you think their first video was amazing? Probably not. It was awkward. The lighting wasn't perfect. The editing wasn't perfect. Maybe they were nervous. Maybe they got a few views. But they uploaded it anyway. The successful freelancer? They got rejected. Again and again. The successful entrepreneur? They made bad decisions. Lost money. Made mistakes. A lot of mistakes. The difference wasn't talent. It wasn't luck. It was one simple thing. They started before they felt ready. Here's a question. How many ideas have you had that are still sitting in your head today? A YouTube channel, an online business, a side hustle, a new skill. Now imagine where you'd be if you had started just one of them a year ago. Scary thought, isn't it? Because time keeps moving, whether you move or not. 5 years from now, you'll either be grateful that you started today, or you'll still be saying, maybe next month. And here's something worth remembering. You don't need perfect conditions. You need your first step. Action creates confidence. Confidence doesn't create action. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect setup. Stop waiting until you're fearless. Because growth doesn't happen when fear disappears. Growth happens when you move despite the fear. And that's the difference between people who dream about success and people who actually achieve it. Conclusion. Let's put everything together. If you're struggling financially right now, it doesn't automatically mean you're lazy. It doesn't mean you're not smart. And it definitely doesn't mean success is meant for someone else. More often than not, it's the small habits, the tiny decisions, repeated every single day. So let's recap. Stop spending before you've earned. Stop increasing your lifestyle every time your income grows. Stop chasing every shiny opportunity on the internet. Invest in skills that pay you for years. And most importantly, stop waiting for the perfect time. Because here's the truth. Your future isn't built by one massive decision. It's built by hundreds of small ones. Every dollar you save, every skill you learn, every hour you invest in yourself, every action you take instead of making excuses, they all matter. Now, imagine yourself 5 years from today. There are 2 versions of you. The first one finally decided to start. They learned new skills, built multiple income streams, made mistakes, improved, stayed consistent, and now they're living the life they once dreamed about. The second version
Kept waiting. Kept planning.
kept saying, I'll start next month. 5 years later, they're standing in the exact same place, wondering where the time went. The difference between those 2 people isn't intelligence, isn't luck, isn't talent. It's one decision. The decision to start.
Today.
Not tomorrow. Not next Monday.
Today.
So now I want to hear from you. Out of these 5 money mistakes, which one do you think is keeping the most people broke? Let me know in the comments below. I read as many comments as I can, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if this video helped you even a little, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Because on this channel,